Melania,
Yes.
I'm sorry, we had electrical blackout. Incredible. Yes, in this building is the second time, maybe, or the first or the second time. Incredible. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
was like, oh no, what happened?
I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. It happens. It's okay. It's okay. I thought it was me. I was like, oh no, did we lose internet? Oh,
No,
it's
I
okay.
watched my husband. He was like, blackout. No, no, no.
It's okay.
So I think I have the first part of the video because seems that it was recorded
Yeah.
beneath the blackout. So we were talking about sorry, you were talking about the mission, the values, and the mission, the values, and the vision. So sorry if you can start again, just a bit.
Sure. I can totally say it again. So the vision of Piranha Eyewear is essentially to make you look good at a price you can afford, right? Because we're available in Walmarts across the country, people have the ability to buy our sunglasses in the store. But if you don't have access to a store, you can absolutely go online and find even more pairs of sunglasses. And we found out that a lot of people like to explore their options. So if they've tried a pair of sunglasses they like from us, they go ahead and purchase another one, maybe at a different style that feels a little more progressive. But you don't feel like you have to spend $200 for a pair of sunglasses.
Oh, yes.
So,
exactly. That if I can just comment your answer, that's my experience actually, because a friend of mine bought for me a pair that I liked a lot, and another friend was at the beach with me, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I love this pair," and then 2 days after, she came and said, "Oh, I bought another pair also for me because they were so nice." So, I said,
and they still look good. It looks like you paid a lot of money,
three
but
of
you
us,
actually
we are
did.
so different. If you see
Yeah.
the difference of us, we are so different, and it's incredible how the sunglasses were good on each of us. Incredible. The same model.
Yes. Yeah. So we try. So when we have our meetings every year to sort of pick the glasses that we're going to choose and move forward with, we try everything. We have everybody try the glasses. Feedback is important.
Yes.
And sometimes you have feedback that's, I love these glasses. And then sometimes you're like, no. And that's great because then we know what works and then we know what does not work. But that's part of the fun of being in the sunglass industry is that you really get to have fun with a lot of sunglasses. I've been to the beach as well, and you're in the water and a wave comes over and there go your sunglasses. And if they're expensive, you've just lost a lot of really expensive pair.
Here in Hawaii, we play a lot of beach volleyball. Also, they can break because we dive and we easily. So it's so important for us, like, to have always extra pair. So yes,
which is good for us.
Absolutely. So my next question was about where do you get inspiration to create models?
So we have a team. We have several teams, as you can imagine. I mean, this is our showroom right here. You can see all of our stuff coming out. We're in Denver, Colorado, so you can see the mountains. But we have a team of people that travel all over the world. And so we visit a couple of shows. We go to Hong Kong, we go to Milan, and then we do so much research. Trends are finicky, and so you have to make sure if you're investing a lot of money in creating, 10,000 pairs of sunglasses, that you have confidence that those sunglasses are going to do well and they're going to sell. So we walk a lot of trade shows. So we travel a lot. And then the other part of it is we look at a lot of fashion shows. We know exactly when Fall Fashion Week is happening. We know when Fall Fashion Week is happening in New York, in London, in Paris, in Milan. So those are the most of the shows that we look at for inspiration. And sometimes, for example, have you seen the latest Gucci sunglasses? No one's going to wear those. I'm not going to wear those.
I know, that's true.
But we know they're there. We acknowledge that as a trend. That's very interesting.
That's more show than real life. So
it is.
Absolutely.
So that's part of what we look at as well. It's so ridiculous, but at the same time, people are talking about it. That's a wonderful thing. So once we gather all that information together, we sit and we look at what is valid and what is just cool, right?
Okay.
And so once we sit down and do that, we look at colors, we look at trends of textures, And it's not necessarily what you like, because we all have our likes, but it's an understanding of, if you see it 3 or 4 times on a runway show from different designers, that becomes a trend. And so how do you take that as inspiration and create something for yourself that is still inspiring and it feels new, but it isn't the same sunglass? We want to respect that these designers are putting a lot of design effort into their work. So once we sit down and do that, then we develop, then we take sunglasses that we already have and we say, okay, how do we make this better? And so once we do that, we develop and we prototype and we put all these collections together. And then we pull the trigger after a lot of research and discussion, a ton of discussion. And then it's a labor. It takes about a year to do. So right now we've been planning 2021. We're already in 2021. We've been in 2021 for about 6 or 7 months. We already have 2021 squared away. We're doing research for 2022. That starts in February, fashion show, like Fashion Week. As soon as that starts progressively, you're on to 2022.
So yeah, exactly. That was my last question. So I anticipate. Can we have some tips and tricks about 2021?
The 2021. Well, 2021 is going to be, it's an exciting year for us. We, in 2021, want to call 2021 the year of sustainability for Piranha Eyewear. Well, so we have already an existing sustainable line called bamboo. So, the temples are bamboo.
Yeah.
And that's really important because, sunglasses, if they're not made out of metal, they're made out of plastic. Plastic is a big component to waste. We know plastic doesn't deteriorate. You look at the water bottle that sits at the bottom of the ocean for like 300 years. It's a big impact on the environment. So our initial launch about 3 years ago was with the bamboo temples. We loved them. Bamboo temples look so good on somebody on the beach. They look so good on somebody that's doing something by the ocean.
That's true.
And I'm sure you have a bamboo pair, but like there's such a unique pair of sunglasses. And so what we want to launch in 2021 is the next part of that, which is a sustainable line that is 100% sustainable. Meaning, our goal is to create sunglasses that have been made out of recycled material, that are still durable.
I love that.
Fashionable. Yes, yeah, and yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. So we won't launch that until April, but the sneak peek is it's an entire collection that uses recycled water bottle as part of the frame. And you think, well, how much can you get? So two water bottles make one glass.
Wow.
2 water bottles make one glass. And so we're able to take water bottles from a landfill and use that as a secondary product and make our sunglass lenses. And we're so excited about that because
I'm so grateful, actually. Yeah, really. Especially also when I was living still in Italy, but living in Hawaii, these issues are so our daily life. So it really impacts our lives here more than every country, of course, all the planet. But living here, our like kind of sensibility on these issues are like much more spread, and everyone is trying a bit to like individually do something for the planet. So whatever is exactly what you said, as you said, the recycled materials for our like sunglasses or whatever is also clothes,
yes,
whatever is really appreciated. So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. So, and that is exciting for us because should this program go really well, we would like to convert the entire line, and then we don't have any more plastic. Everything is recycled plastic. And so we would love to do, what if we did biodegradable? What if that after 5 years, that sunglass, if it's in moisture long enough, will biodegrade? And guess what? Maybe that's an option. So we're always in the back end, and this is led by the president of our company, Henry. He is always looking at that. He's like, how can we make it better? How can we do better? Because he does think about that. That's something that really weighs on our minds. You don't want to add more to the waste that's already there. So for us, this is the year of sustainability, and we're going to run with it. So as soon as we have something that's we can put online, we plan on going full launch on that. So we're really excited.
Bravo, I appreciate it. So my next question was, I'm a curious woman. So how do you choose the name of the sunglasses? That's really
That's a good
question I want to ask you.
So our team, we have so many team. So we have team members from all over the world. So we have an entire domestic purchasing department, and we have an international purchasing department, and then we have different team members from various walks of life. For example, I'm from Eastern Europe. My boss is from Hong Kong. The lead of our purchasing team is from China, various parts of China. And everybody comes to the table with these really interesting ideas. And so the idea is how do we gather that in? So we sit down collectively and we say, all right, do you guys have it? We have this really long list of like names. There's like 200 names. And some of them are really cool, and some of them you're like, how? There's always one team member in our group that is either going to have a baby soon or is thinking about having a family, and she's already compiled her list. And so she's sharing that list with us. Yeah. And so we sit down, and people are coming with ideas from a different perspective. We have one team member who is from Texas, and she has the greatest suggestions of names. And she brings a very good Southern sensibility to our team. But it's a great opportunity to sort of involve all of the walks of life that people are coming from to give us these really fun names. And then we look at, okay, this is a weird name, but what is the Italian version of that name? Is it cool? Okay, well, look at it. We love it. Exactly. So we have that running list that is 200, and then we choose our names, and then within the next week, somebody has thought of a couple of other names as well. But we do have fun. The challenge for us, however, is assigning the right name to the right sunglass, and that's one of those things where I think this looks like a Sylvia. No, I think this looks like a Nicole. So part of the challenge and the fun is sort of giving the personality back to these sunglasses that we think they have with fun names.
Nice, thank you. I was always wondering, so it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we look at Hollywood. Sometimes like, what's the latest fun movie that came out? What can we do? So yeah, we look at a lot of places.
See, I never knew, so learn. My other question is about how your job has changed with the COVID pandemic.
So as you can tell, we're heavily collaborative. I mean, I'm in a room by myself. It's a very large room. I'm in a room by myself, but there's a period of time where everybody worked remotely. That's, it's hard to work remotely when you only have interaction through Zoom or Microsoft Teams. It's very difficult. So that was a challenge for us because we're close knit and we like to work together in teams. Mm-hmm. And that's the collaboration, right? So I think for us, what we noticed that once we came back into the office, working with somebody in a face mask can be difficult to read what their facial expression is. Yeah. That's a challenge. But what we notice is that we spend a lot of our time doing online research, a lot more so. We're finding creative ways to share information other than that physical interaction, which mm-hmm. I think a lot of companies are doing the same thing and they're struggling with, but they're making it work. Part of my job is heavily collaborative. So it's one of those things where you have to be really wise about what you're willing to sit in a meeting with and how long you want to sit in that meeting. But we realized that our online presence has increased because no one's going to the store. Everybody would say, it's great. I'm just going to go look it up online and see what happens. And we've noticed that a lot of more people are ordering sunglasses for their vacations or anticipated because people want to plan for the future. They're optimistic. Everybody's optimistic. Next year will be better. And they're ordering more sunglasses online. And that's what we find has increased for us. And just as you reached out to us and showed us that shot of you wearing our sunglasses, we loved it. That's the interaction that we love that we have with our customers online. And that's increased as well. So we have this campaign, tag us in your photos. We love to see people in our sunglasses in photos, especially people do it on social media. We had a gentleman reach out. He's climbing all the mountains in Colorado with our sunglasses, and he's sending us pictures, and we love it because it's like we're there with him. So we might not be able to leave the office or our homes, but we're going to live vicariously through people like you in Hawaii. We love to see those types of images. They're so inspiring.
Okay. So thank you, because you already talked about the tips for 2021 and so I'm really happy, and thank you again, and grateful for your availabilities, and really grateful for the environmental materials recycling for next year. So I will support you on that, especially. So
thank you
again, and maybe one day we'll meet by person, hopefully.
Yes, I would love that. If you find yourself in Colorado, come to the mountains. We'd love to sit down and chat with you in person and show you all of this.
Yes, thank you very much, Melania. I'll send you the link.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.